Hey everyone, thanks so much for joining me today on the Traveling in Ireland broadcast, a very special virtual visit edition. And today I am so excited to chat with Anthony Moloney of the Doolin Inn. Now, if you've seen anything I've ever shared about Doolin or the Burren, or you've listened to podcasts, Anthony is not a stranger to you. I absolutely adore the Doolin Inn. And I am so glad that you've taken a few minutes to chat with me today about kind of what's going on during this downtime that was so unexpected.
Sure. Well, Jody, thanks for having me. And as always, great to have a chat. Yeah, the downtime, well, being restricted a little bit from going out and about, but downtime, we haven't had much. So, whereas we
Well,
don't have the traditional business of looking after customers at the moment, or visitors and guests, and entertain and chatting, it's more picking up the hammer and nails and paintbrush and the trowel and the gardening and so, but it's great because we're getting to do a lot of jobs we put on the long finger. So loads of snag lists are getting completed, and we did a lot of work over the winter with more renovations and additions and stuff like that. So we're just finishing off those. So we have time actually to do all these bits and pieces and think about how we want to move our business going forward. So.
well, and I know that I had the opportunity to pop in and see you for a brief few minutes in January, and you are like a renovation king because you completely so the Doolin Inn you've added is it 5 rooms on the ground level now? So you'll have
Correct.
ground floor rooms when you reopen,
Yes, correct.
which is fabulous. Such a great addition. And those are going to be kind of set up. Are they a little different than what you have in
Um,
the rest of the inn?
Some of them are well, like the 5 rooms downstairs. There's going to be one. Is going to be a pet room because it's one market that more people are traveling with their pet. It's got beautiful Parker floor, um, like nice wooden floors, and it's quite large. Some more larger bedrooms, bathrooms. A few of the rooms now moving into more like all our double rooms have 5 foot queens, but now we have added about 6 foot kings or super kings. The downstairs, a lot of larger showers and easier to get in now, access. So people with any mobility issues, like unfortunately we have a staircase in the middle of the building. So these
Mhm.
rooms would be an added bonus for ease of access and stuff like that. But they're
Yeah.
just big, bright. Learning what we've done, and yeah, do a lot of renovations every year. Yeah, it's my hobby. It's an expensive
Yeah.
hobby, but I do enjoy it. People go painting or golfing. I go chiseling and hammering and
I was
camping.
going to say, you go break down a wall every year.
Yeah, we
Um,
pretty much
and
do. Yes. And a
and
bit-
I was looking, I know that some of the wood flooring that you've done, and I don't know if this is in the inn or if this is in the townhouse building across the way, but you were actually taking like these like brick shaped pieces of wood and you were painstakingly fitting them together like a massive puzzle.
yeah, pretty much. It's oak Parker flooring. We have quite a bit of it actually in both buildings. One or two of the new rooms in the new Doolin Inn will have it, and a new hallway and a new living room area. Some of it's already existing, and some piece that I had shown the picture of was a new hallway, so connecting two places. So I had taken another room I had dismantled. So this flooring comes from it's about 200 years old. It comes from the RDS showgrounds up in Dublin. Lovely little bit of history in it, but it's beautiful oak. So yeah, you get it, chisel off all the tar, then clean them all down. Then you make up a little jigsaw on the floor, figure out what you're doing, level the floor to get it ready, let that dry out, and then cut the wood, put it in, and then yeah, then sand it down, and there's quite a bit of work in it. But it's when it's finished, it's beautiful.
Oh, I'm sure it is, but gosh, you just can't take the easy way when you redo things, can you?
No, we do sometimes. We've learned a lot of things, but sometimes some things are just harder.
Right?
But worth the effort.
So now, for those who may not know, you are located in the village of Doolin, hence Doolin Inn, which is the far west of County Clare. You're just about 3 kilometers north of the famous Cliffs of Moher, And from the beautiful front patio of the Doolin Inn, you have a great view of the colorful shops of Fisher Street and then out into the Atlantic Ocean. So you are in probably one of the most beautiful spots to be contained in, um, of any place you could be stuck. So what are you doing? I know that Ireland kind of has a limit on the areas that you can go to and the distance you can go from your house, but you've kind of got this whole area that is just the exploration you can have within that distance of the Doolin Inn is pretty, I mean, you've got a lot
Pretty
that you can
extensive.
do.
Like we have a limit of 2 kilometers, is correct, or a radius of 2 kilometers around your property at the moment. So for our 2 kilometers, I go walk the Cliffs of Moher walk, which is just on our doorstep. I brought the kids down last night and we went for a swim down at the local pier because there's no boats going in and out. So we're just two piers, the residential and the commercial pier, but we can use the commercial pier at the moment as well. Go mountain biking around the tracks and trails, and we live on the family farm. So up behind us, up the hill, and do
Mhm.
stuff like that, and then go fishing, go kayaking. There's some fantastic bouldering just on the coast. So yeah, there's a lot of bits and pieces. And then the surreal part of it is the villages like when I was growing up. This time of year, a little bit quieter than what would normally be now. But when I was a kid, like my two kids, Emily and Isabel, what we're doing like about, we were just moving into across the road into the inn or the what was our now new townhouse, and
Mhm.
we were just talking one day and says, well, when you were young, what was like? And I says, oh, we used to play football out in the street, and really, yeah, we used to play football. So then about a few weeks ago, lockdown started. Can we go play football out in the street? And I says, can't. Oh, actually, wait a minute. Yes, you can. So every evening now after dinner or after supper, we're out kicking the ball around out in the street. We're playing a little bit of volleyball, stuff like that. And you hear a car coming about a minute away, and then you hear you just pull in off it, wave hello to the neighbour, and they go off
You
back
get back
to
to your
rural
game.
Ireland again. So yeah, we're very lucky. You have all the beautiful sunsets and nature, loads of fresh air. It's idyllic. So we're very, very lucky in that way. Very, very lucky.
So even so, when things start back up, when people are starting to travel back to Doolin and staying with you, there's so much within walking distance that once people kind of park their car there at the Doolin Inn, they really don't need to start it back up unless they're wanting to go out and explore the Burren area. There's so much that they can just, put on lace on a good pair of shoes and set out in the village or set up on the hill that's just to the south of you that kind of goes
I do the broadcast, yeah.
up past the B&B, and then that will lead you to the beautiful Donegal Castle and the great views over there. And that's within just what, a kilometer and a half of you, maybe.
Not even. Donegal Castle is a 10-minute walk, 10 to 15-minute walk. But you're absolutely right. Like you can literally leave your car here. So you drive in, leave your car. You can walk Cliffs of Moher. It's a 15-minute walk down to the pier. Go a day trip over to the Aran Islands.
Hmm.
There's no cars over there anyway, or two. And even you could use public transport a little bit, or use a local smaller bus and get dropped off up by Fenor or Ballyvaughan and walk the green roads back. And then yeah, going exploring the barn. You can also rent bikes just down the road, or even if you're not that fit or feeling that might be a bit too much of you, electric bikes, way to go. I mean,
Love electric bikes.
oh, I love. I've started using them now for mountain biking. I like downhill mountain biking and stuff like that. Not that I'm any good at it, but I do enjoy it. But the electric propulsion is a luxury well worth buying.
It is. It is. I have promised Doug an electric bike when he turns 60.
Oh, why wait? Don't. It's too much fun to have with it. Now, I'm actually with the extra time. I'm actually on the websites googling. Wife is coming in and going, "What are you looking at?" And I was like, "Going nothing." But it's yeah, electric bikes are
Christmas
definitely a way
gift?
to go. Yeah, might be one of two, maybe a couple of Christmas gifts, but we'll work on it.
Oh, lovely. Well, so what are you seeing happening in Doolin right now? Are you seeing a lot of other businesses kind of doing the same thing you are? uh, making updates and getting ready for when tourism opens again? Uh, or are you, what's it feel like there right now? Are you feeling obviously that something's missing because there aren't the tourists coming in, and this is, you know, the beginning of what should have been an amazingly busy season. But are you still feeling a sense of optimism there? Doolin has always been one of those places where people come together and help each other in the best of times. Um, so I can't help but think that it's got to be somewhat similar right now.
Yeah, no, it is in a lot of respects. Doolin's kind of, as you rightly said, it's a great community spirit. Um, Doolin as a tourist destination is very different to your typical tourist destination, as we're all small guest houses, like small. I'm one of the more larger properties, and I'm still quite small. Everybody is a business owner. So when you go down to the local restaurant, the local pub, the local shop, you're pretty much dealing with the owner or one or two of the siblings or a relation, and just you know, it's very much kept in house. We do allow other people in, and there is a lot of employment in the area, but you do get to really meet everybody. So with that respect, is that kind of pride that comes into everyone's business, and even if you're looking, be it on TripAdvisor or looking at comment like that, and you're looking at the reviews, you'll actually always see they're very very high up. And I think after traveling around the world and all that, coming back, we really do frame this really well, really naturally. That's
Mhm.
what people come for. Like, we're known for our music and our scenery, but I think it's really our people and our work ethos that really makes it. We love entertaining and love looking after people, but we do it so naturally,
Mhm.
without effort. We don't actually realize that a lot of places have to go do a lot of training for what we just come in instinctively for us. So with that, yeah, there's a lot of painting going on at the moment. There's a lot of gardening. Places have never looked as well as it does now. And then there's a lot of good things happening within the local community, like your local restaurant and that, doing up meals for people who can't get out, who are, like, we've this phrase now for like our more elderly or over 70s and that kind of stuff. They're cocooning, they're staying at home.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
trying to get things to them to keep them as much out of harm's way. So yeah, there's a lot going on, a lot going on. But yeah, you're right. It's surreal. We should be busy, engaged with our guests, but not at the moment. But it's good. Like, there's other ways. Like, there's a lot of things happening. Even looking at, it's kind of everything has been basically brought back to zero. So
Mhm.
you're resetting again. You're going, well, what am I really doing? What do I really enjoy doing? Is my business going in the right direction, or is my business
Mhm.
attracting what I wanted to set out with at the original time? So there's a lot of, I suppose, root and branch taking place. A lot of my friends who will be similar sized properties or larger, they're doing a lot of the same things, getting upskilling, redoing stuff, retraining,
Mhm.
and using that time, but also refocusing on what they really like doing and what they want to add to their businesses for the future. There is a bit of optimism. It's kind of, yeah, I suppose, like yourselves over there, it's a bit surreal. Like, you're being optimistic and you're doing stuff, and then it's like 10 o'clock at night and you're sitting down reading the paper or watching a movie, and all of a sudden you go, wow, okay, this is actually going to be a bit longer than it's supposed to be, or, you know, this not doesn't feel right. But
Exactly.
overall, yeah, I would say it's tough, but yeah, like, I suppose the work ethic around here, like, it's been a farming area, it's been a
Mhm.
rural area. Farming, like, Iowa and all, probably the same thing. There's good years and there's bad years.
Mhm.
And sometimes you're at the mercy of the weather, and there's a lot of other things. This is a strange one for tourism. It just, no one saw it coming, but we'll shrug it off and we'll move forward.
Exactly. Well, Anthony, I want to thank you for taking a few minutes out of your day today on what you have told me is a beautiful sunny afternoon over there in Doolin, and chatting with me. I so appreciate it, and I really, gosh, I hope that the plans that we have in place to see you in September um, actually can happen because I'm really looking forward to coming back.
Yeah, no, well, likewise. It'll be great to have you back. And yeah, we're pretty confident, like, by September. Yeah, there's going to be some things, looking at how we do things a little bit differently and stuff like that. And even the way we're doing stuff ourselves here for that. There's always ways of getting around things for you. Pack lunches and picnics. for going out. We're probably looking at evening food now in the restaurant area. How we deliver breakfast, bits and pieces to make it all a bit more comfortable. Just going to, but we'll be there. We'll get through it. And we look forward to
Excellent.
it.
Wonderful. Well, thanks again so much for taking a few minutes. I really appreciate it, and stay healthy.
Sure will. Thank you very much, and stay the same yourself and the dog and the family, and look after everyone.